Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another bombastic day of CS2 case market coverage, and we're just going to jump right into it as we always do. Here at the clutch case, still holding at about 62. Not moving a lot up, not moving a lot down in the last couple days. A little bit of stagnation on the clutch, but let's see where it's set to move here soon. Oh, take that back. So the market was just showing me 62. It's really up to 65 cents now. That's actually really big. That's 15 cents up total on like the last 2 weeks almost. So that's really big on the month. Like I said, yeah, really stayed about 50 for a grip, and then within the last 2 weeks, really taking up to be now 65 cents. So that is a huge percentage jump. I don't have the percent written down on this one. I do got to start doing that with these bigger jumpers here soon. But the CS20 case has continued moving up, has not stopped moving up. And this one too started off about 66 cents in early December, now all the way up to 88. So it just keeps rising and rising and rising. And on the week, specifically in the last couple days, really just about a cent growth. But it's just steady. Every single day I've seen the CS20s grow, and I really haven't seen them fall uh, like you would expect the case to. So I wouldn't say they'll never fall back down, but they could keep shooting up even up into the dollar 20 range. You never know before even taking a fall um, until they reach that true value. So the Prisma cases stayed about the same, sitting about 94. The Prisma 2s, though, have gained. Sat at about a dollar yesterday and the day before, now up to about a buck three. These have been shooting up over the last month, starting at about the 88-cent range, now all the way up to about a buck three within a month. So that's pretty big on a lower priced case. The danger zones, I want to let you guys know. So last night, I took a peep at these. I meant to do this video last night. I'm doing this in the morning now. Um, which generally does affect the prices because at nighttime, you'll see them kind of at their highest because sellers aren't really offloading as much at nights. Um, so last night I saw this up to about 115, but it looks like just as while I was been sleeping the last 8 hours or so, uh, some offloaders came in and we're now back under 115 again, which I expect to stay the norm. I mean, there's still a ton in circulation on these danger zone cases, so I expect people to still be offloading pretty regularly. But if you go ahead and look at that, it's really just probably maybe a few offloaders and we would be back up to the 115 cent range. And I can't guarantee we won't be there tonight. So really been seeing a lot of movement up and down on this one. Like I said, always stay patient through these crashes because it's going to come back up. And I do believe this is going to keep coming back up. Though, like I said last video, I'm not sure we're going to see this hit any insane ranges within the next few months. Like, I don't know if we're going to see this up to 150 or anything like that. I don't really anticipate that, but if it happens, it happens, folks. We're going to cover it. So, another one I don't want you guys to panic on is these danger zones and falchions because these were up last night too, but to about a buck 53. But again, looks like some offloaders hitting the market today, just maybe 10, 15 cases here, preventing it from really being all the way back up to about 153 where it was last night. And I believe that's where this true value still holds. If you look here, there's no wall building up these cases from moving up in price. So really when somebody buys 20 of these, we're going to be back up to the general market value of about 150. So staying the same on that one. Same thing with the falchion. Maybe even will be a little bit higher. Last night I saw it climb a little bit back up to about 164 again. I believe that's where we're going to be after these initial cases that somebody's offloading sell off. And that shouldn't take long. We'll be back there probably by tonight. So don't panic on those if you see a little bit of droppage on those. I think that's temporary droppage. Now, the Dreams and Nightmares case I saw go to 205 last night. And I'm mentioning last night prices because that's generally when I record videos because that's when the market is generally the most stable. There's less people offloading their cases, whereas during the day, case offloading kind of goes crazy, and you can see prices fluctuate much more heavily than you will at like 1 in the morning when I typically film these. So yeah, as with that one, we've seen this one fluctuate back down. But again, I think it's just some offloaders, as you can see here, and we're going to be back up above $2 within about 100 cases or less. So just keep your eye on that one. Nothing really to panic on, though. Again, we see prices go down with all of these generally, and that's the theme with every single case. When you see prices go down like this, it's not that the price has gone down or the confidence in the case has gone down or anything like that. It's literally just investors trying to sell it for less money, and you will see it rebound eventually. And we've seen that in every single case. We see that constantly. Rare cases, there's only a certain number of them. They do drop, but in extraordinarily low numbers. It's not nearly enough to satiate the market needs. So you'll always see these climb up as the number dwindles and as cases keep getting open. So that's why I say when it drops, it's pretty much always temporary because there's a set number of cases. So as we see those get bought up and there's less and less investors willing to sell for these lower prices, then the cases will slowly move up because there's going to be less and less on the market for that price. And that's where we're going to see some growth. So, same thing's happening with these wildfires. The Gamma 2s, I'm not exactly sure where they've been moving up solidly down the last few days or so, but I don't really expect this to be a constant trend. Again, if you go ahead and look at this, really just people offloading. So that's why I like to do these at night because it is so stable and I can show you guys generally what's happened in the growth, um, in growth patterns with these cases. But again, just letting you guys know, it's morning time, so we're seeing a lot of movement on the market as we typically do see. So that's nothing out of the ordinary. Chroma threes to $4. Still sitting here pretty. They've been growing really nicely within the last week, especially. Started about 354 all the way up to 420 at some points, and I believe it's going to go back up there again. This is why I've said like 4 times this video, I don't like to record in mornings because every single case we see offloaders, and that's just generally how the days go. The days are busy. There's usually a lot of people moving cases, so prices fluctuate greatly, which kind of makes these videos a little harder to do consistently because you can't really tell exactly where the price is on some of these. So, but that's just a lesson learned for you guys. If you're going to be buying, it's generally better to buy during the day than the night because you will see slightly lower prices with people offloading like these horizons. These are not a buck 34 true value at all. And you can see that obviously when you come there and look at what's listed on the market. So just use your head when you're looking at these. Don't panic just because you see prices fall down. The true prices are still up right now. And if we saw the way that you would know that it's not just investors offloading is if this was 134 and we saw 2,000 listings, 4,000 listings, 4,000 listings, 2,000, something like that. That would mean that the market is steadily held at that price and it's going to take a lot more buying to move it back up. But that's not where we are. And it's not where we are in any of these cases. And this is the typical daily case moving that we see every single day. You can go ahead and watch it on the live stream on uh on our channel at any time. But yeah, folks, these are really the movements for today. Nothing really too crazy. The big thing I would say is the clutch case is moving up really nicely. The CS20 has stayed consistent. The Prisma 2 has stayed consistent. And the danger zone, this is really really big that a few days ago fell off all the way down to 103 is again very soon going to be climbing up 111, 112 and back up to 115 where I saw it last night. So um anyways, guys, I just want to thank you all for coming out to another tremendous day of market coverage. Always keep your eye on the market and just really try and do your own research as well into what you want to be specifically getting into on these cases. A lot of people ask me what would be my one case I could recommend, and I don't have just one. Like I'll say one to you that I'm feeling that day, but it honestly is all up to your personal preference because any of these cases could take off in a different way than other ones you never really know. So I don't want to give somebody wrong info and kind of put them in on a shitty case when other cases really take off because there's no way of truly knowing which ones are going to like skyrocket. Like back in the day when I was buying the revolvers, the horizons, falchions, maybe even the spectrums. I'm not really sure about the spectrums, but a lot of these cases were all like exactly the same price. So, buying in, I bought a lot of each of them. The horizons, the revolvers. I didn't actually buy a ton of the falchions. But like, so yeah, I wish I would have bought more revolvers than Horizons looking back on it, but Horizon still grew in a huge way. So no matter what you invest in, I think in this case market, in terms of rare cases, you're going to be making some money. It's just a matter of which one you think is going to blow up the most. And honestly, I'm not really psychic. I don't know which one specifically is. But yeah, like this revolver has taken off tremendously. And again, this is another one that's just, fighting the offloaders in price. So it's generally not falling down. Had a pretty big month, climbed up about 40 cents or so throughout the month, 40, 50 or more now that it's getting up regularly into being around the 290 range generally. So Keep your eye on the revolver case. And yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for coming out to another tremendous, unstoppable day of CS2 case market coverage. Just wanted to teach you guys some lessons about how the market moves, and especially that during the daytime, that's probably when to do the buying because that's when most offloading is happening. You can get it for a few cents cheaper on each of the cases. Now, this is just a Steam market, so if you're going to buy a lot of cases to invest in, I would more recommend going to a third party market where you can find it much cheaper and buy cases directly from the seller. So I would recommend that. You would get them for a lot cheaper, but I just cover the Steam market prices because this is generally the most consistent holding prices. And again, we just saw these at 65. That's why I say it moves a ton in the day, all the way back down to 62 because some people have offloaded. But soon it's going to be up to 66. I mean, it's not even 1,000 cases holding it back from that 66 range. So I expect the clutch case to be moving a lot in the next few days. And honestly, in the next few weeks, I expect the clutch case to continue on an upward trend. We've really seen that throughout the month, starting at 53, like I said earlier in this video, all the way up to 65 at some point. So, yeah, just keep your eye on that. Keep your eye on the market, folks. Thank you all for coming out. I'll see you guys again soon. And yeah, stay investing. Love y'all, people. Have a great day.